These problems on my packet might be a little bit hard to read on here, but the ones online aren't blurry. When they printed out blurry. These 5 questions that we're going to do today are the Regents questions that they have asked on polynomials in the past. So number 39 says, if a equals 3x squared plus 5x minus 6, and b equals negative 2x squared minus 6x plus 7, then a minus b equals. So what I suggest doing is writing out a minus b. Well, this is a, so 3x squared plus 5x minus 6 minus b. Whenever you're minusing a whole quantity, though, you have to use parentheses. And b is negative 2x squared minus 6x plus 7. Just like when we did on the other problems, if there's a minus in front of parentheses, it's really a negative 1 that needs to be distributed to everything. So bring down my other pieces, 3x squared plus 5x minus 6. Negative 1 times negative 2x squared is a positive 2x squared. Negative 1 times negative 6x is a positive 6x. And negative 1 times 7 is negative 7. Next, we have to combine our like terms. I have a 3x squared and a positive 2x squared. I have a 5x and a 6x. And then I have a negative 6 and a negative 7. So if I combine what's alike, 3x squared and 2x squared gives me 5x squared. 5x and 6x gives me 11x. And negative 6 minus 7 is negative 13. If I look, that is choice 2 of my multiple choice. Number 41 says, what is the product of 2x plus 3 and 4x squared minus 5x plus 6? They always use the word product on the exam because you guys forget what it means. You have to remember that product means to multiply. So I'm going to write 2x plus 3 times 4x squared minus 5x plus 6. You need parentheses because those are whole quantities being multiplied together. Remember, when you have multiple pieces being multiplied, you have to distribute. So that 2x gets times by everything. So 2x times 4x squared is 8x to the third. 2x times negative 5x is negative 10x squared. 2x times 6 is 12x. Then the 3 needs to go to everything. So 3 times 4x squared is 12x squared. 3 times negative 5x is negative 15x. And 3 times 6 is 18. We then need to combine our like terms. There is no other x to the third, so we don't need to combine that with anything. I have a negative 10x squared and a positive 12x squared. I have a positive 12x and a negative 15x, and there's a nothing like with the 18, so that can just come down. I have 8x to the third, negative 10x squared plus 12x squared is a positive 2x squared. 12 minus 15 is a negative 3x. And then bring down the 18. So if I look at my multiple choice, it is choice number 3. Just because these are multiple choice don't mean they need work. And that's why a lot of kids get them wrong sometimes because they forget to show their work. This one says the expression 3 times x squared minus 1 minus x squared minus 7x plus 10 is equivalent to. I'm going to rewrite it down here so you can see it better. And then we're going to need to do some distributing. So 3 times both of these pieces gives us 3x squared minus 3. Remember, there's really a negative 1 there. So negative 1 is times all 3 pieces. So negative 1x squared plus 7x minus 10. Now we need to combine our like terms. I have a 3x squared and a negative 1x squared. And I have a negative 3 and a negative 10. There's nothing alike with the 7x, but it still needs to come along. So 3x squared minus 1x squared is 2x squared. Negative 3 and negative 10 is negative 13. and then plus 7x. Remember, the order doesn't matter as long as the signs are the same. So I have 2x squared, here's a positive 7x, and then a negative 13. So it's choice 2. On to the next page. If we look at number 45, it says, when 2x minus 3 squared is subtracted from 5x squared, the result is. You have to be careful. Subtracted from means this comes first. So we have 5x squared minus that piece. And then remember what we talked about. If you have parentheses with the squared, it means to write that out twice. After that, you need to remember to follow PEMDAS. So parentheses, there's nothing in the parentheses to do. We just did our exponent. Next comes multiplication. So I'm going to do my distributing. So 2x times 2x, so I'm going to bring down my 5x squared. Because this minus is subtracting all of this, you need to keep your parenthesis here. So 2x times 2x is 4x squared. 2x times negative 3 is negative 6x. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6x. And negative 3 times negative 3 is a positive 9. Next, we have to distribute this negative 1 that's in front of the parentheses to everything in the parentheses. So we get 5x squared. Negative 1 times 4 is negative 4x squared. Negative 1 times negative 6 is a positive 6x. Negative 1 times negative 6x is a positive 6x. And negative 1 times 9 is a negative 9. Next, you need to combine your like terms. I have a 5x squared and a negative 4x squared. And we have a positive 6x and a positive 6x. So when I combine my like terms, 5 minus 4 is 1x squared. 6x plus 6x is 12x, and then bring down your negative 9. So if we look up here, that is choice number 3. Last one in this packet. Fred is given a rectangular piece of paper. If the length of his paper is represented by 2x minus 6 and the width is represented by 3x minus 5, then the paper has a total area represented by. So they want you to remember when we're talking about a rectangle, the area formula is area equals length times width. So you need to multiply what they gave us for the length and the width. So 2x minus 6 times 3x minus 5. Remember, when we have multiple pieces, we have to distribute. So our area is equal to 2x times 3x is 6x squared. 2x times negative 5 is negative 10x. Negative 6 times 3 is negative 18x. And negative 6 times negative 5 is a positive 30. We need to combine our like terms. I have a negative 10x and a negative 18x. So we get 6x squared minus 28x plus 30. And if I look, that is choice 2 for the multiple choice. The U-Try problems for you to do today are number 40 through 48 even, so just 5 problems. If you have any questions before the quiz tomorrow, please email me and let